Okay, good morning, guys. What a fun market, right? So yesterday, everyone did get bullish, right? Personally, I was just sidelined. I did not buy or sell anything yesterday. Just wanted to see the market overall because there were still some red signs I was seeing, and not that I had to be right, but when I'm uncertain, I just prefer staying on cash, and it works pretty well most of the times. So I'll stick with that. And if I just take with these levels for now, so yesterday, on Friday we had the little morning star candle, and then obviously yesterday we had a little gap up. The market ran, but there wasn't really much strength via the options flows, and also 37.75 was hard from these days. If you guys remember, from 15th June and 14th, right? Last week we covered 37.75 was the number, and that's where it kept getting rejected from yesterday, right? Some individual stocks did run. Stocks like Tesla, right? They had a very good bullish flow. It ran. Shop also. I think somebody has posted. Nilat, you posted. Shop had a lot of bull flows yesterday, right? There's no doubt, and they were near in the money calls with time. So maybe they know something. Maybe the stock can go sideways for a few days, a few weeks, and then rip all of a sudden, right? So when those big flows come in, there's two reasons. One, they're looking at it from a macro picture. They're not looking at the same day move. They might be looking at it from a monthly perspective, right? And so on. But Shopify 300, obviously we know is a strong level. Let's go back to SPX. The things that I want to go over today, if I just put on these levels, and you guys realize volatility trigger we haven't covered for a while because it's way far above. Not until we get nearer, there's no point of covering it. All right, so we're still underneath it, which means a bearish theme remains. One thing that we do want to cover today is the call wall. The call wall is only right here around 3,800. All right, that's like the top range that the market makers are expecting. They're not expecting anything higher based on the options flow in the market, and we're almost there pretty much. We're not that far, so why even bother trying to catch a rally when the market makers alone are not even expecting such a big rally just yet? I'm not saying the market's going to dump, but we could be in a phase where the market just goes sideways and we build a base, right? Where the market just goes sideways and we build a base. And let me just draw something here for you guys, because we got the directional move last week. We got this one directional move right here, and now we're just stuck in this chop zone, I believe, right? We're just stuck in this little base, and playing this base becomes very hard. You have to guess the next day move, and that's the reason I'm a little sidelined right now, because I don't know what's happening, right? Personally, I'm just gonna wait, because today many people will probably jump in puts at the open or calls. I have no idea, but we're down almost 60-70 points right in pre-market. All right, and for me, the level I'm looking for right now is this right here, this zone, right? Maybe we should hold above this zone right here, which happens to be 36.75ish level. All right, and then obviously we'll look at the flows, see how they are, and so on. But one thing that I do want to point out, yesterday I kept pointing out, VIX was getting a lot of bullish flows. They're usually unusual. When this gets a lot of bullish flows, what does that mean for the market? That's bearish for the market, right? So why do I want to go against those multi-million-dollar bets? And this ticker yesterday was remained number one on the flows, all right, for bullish flows. So for VIX to go above 30 and stay above 30, obviously some sort of event has to happen, right? Because on VIX, if we also go over the chart, we've been holding near the top. So if bullish flows were coming here at the bottom, I would have joined them, but they're coming here right at the top. Some sort of an event has to take place. So if I go on the weekly, in order for us to hold above 30 continuously for many days, some sort of a default or event has to take place in the market, or some sort of a major down day has to happen in order for this to spike towards 40. All right, and I think if we can get towards 40, that will be nice. That's when I'll be looking for a very nice rally in the market. I'll play some longs maybe, right? But I don't know if it's going to happen or when that happens. But until we're holding above 27, as you guys know from the past few months, I've been mentioning, VIX above 27, I personally don't buy calls in the market. I'll wait. I did have the SPX spread, which I managed last week right away, when things weren't going my way, even though they doubled yesterday, which was amazing. But about 27, day-to-day trading gets hard. Anything is possible the next day, and today proves it again. All right. So if you're in any calls, just manage well, take your profits. Right. You guys nailed Walmart 100%. Many of you guys took your profits on JPM. Congrats. Right now we see what happens. XLF is another one that I'm keeping an eye on. Nope, not to the upside, but to the downside. Financials are weak. They're probably going to stay weak for the few weeks or coming months, I think, based on a macro view. All right, I'm just looking for a little bounce. If I could get towards 32, 33, which I'm not, and today we gap down, and there's a good chance that we just break last week's lows and continue down if the market stays weak today. All right, there was a lot of put flow in XLF that came in last week. So financials are on my target to play to the downside, not the upside. Personally, I'll be playing it to the downside, and we do have some gaps here that need to be taken care of, right? So that's something I'm waiting for on on XLF. Maybe I'll add some put spreads today. I'll see how they're priced, and based on that, I'll make my play on those. Amazon also, it was one stock that was holding last few days, but now we're down. Yesterday wasn't showing too much strength. Google was much better, but let's see what happens here. We're still in this little base. Do we hold or do we break this base lower, right? If we go lower from here, that's just very bad for the market. Then some sort of an event might trigger. So let's see what happens here. Google also very strong yesterday, right? Held nicely, and now again down pre-market, right? So if you have any calls, please buy time on them if you're buying them, and that's all I can say. But personally, I'm just gonna wait until it gives me a clear signal from here to the upside or downside, right? And we'll go on from there. I'll just go over SPY as well instead of SPX. On SPY, there's this is the weekly. Let me just go over the daily. On SPY again, I think we're just stuck in this little base here. I will wait until this base clears. For me to play in between here, unless I'm scalping, that's a different story. But for me to make a play, a good judgment from here or here is very hard. So I'm just gonna wait and see which way we go based on the options flow. If I see upside, maybe I'll play upside. If I see downside, I'll play downside maybe. So I'll probably just look to scalp, and then let's see what happens from here, right? And then our tech also. Yesterday we had same thing where it's just in a base. Learn to know these patterns. We had a directional move after a few days. If you're expecting a directional upswing right away, then I don't think you understand the market, because this move is not normal. This move is not going to make the market go up just like this. Now this is a very bearish gap down move. All right, so there's no way that I mean it can happen, but they're not just going to take the market right away up. This move alone to the upside is enough based on these moves. So now we're stuck here in this base, and let's see what happens. Do we break lower or do we go up above? One thing I can tell you guys, SPX under 37 is not good. Under 37 is not good, right? So 3700 will be a very important level on SPX. Please pay attention to it, keep an eye on it. Under this, they will be forced to sell. And then obviously we have the JPM support near 3600, right? So that's my only concern, because we do have support at these levels on SPX 30. Sorry, I'm on the Qs chart right now, by the way. But on SPX 3600 plus, we do have good support from JPM, right? And then obviously under 3700 is weak. But in other words, chop. So that's what I'm expecting right now for a few days, a chop, and I don't want to be a part of it. It gets really boring. This requires a lot of discipline, patience to play this market. Hardy and Kemani, another few guys in our premium chat. Where to start? Please don't follow any play blindly. Learn and just see how we do it for a few weeks. Patience, no need to rush into trades. Pre-market and then earnings and watch list. LB posts a newsletter. Please go over it. Managing your account. We have a bunch of sessions in our group that we go over managing discipline and whatnot. Please attend those. And we did send you a link in the chat, so you can look into it. And just be patient. See how we work and see how we play. Right, you can't just follow an alert. That's not what we recommend ever, because my account and your account is not the same, or somebody else's account, and no two accounts are the same, and no two brains are the same, no two managing skills are the same, right? So be patient. And guys, apart from this, that's all I can say. The market is not in a good place right now. We're near the lows. Do we bounce from here or do we break further low down? It's not too clear to me. Just because we're down so much, I'm not gonna play upside. I don't do that, right? So I want some confirmed plays. Patiently waiting, and let's see what happens. And with this, one chart that I do want to go over is gold, right? On GLD monthly. Let's go over the GLD monthly chart, right? Decade long chart and play. A nice monthly cup and a handle here. A nice monthly cup and a handle. And now, as long as we hold above these levels on the monthly, this is a slow grind up. I mean, we're not gonna get this move that we're maybe expecting. But in the long run, in the next 1-2 years, gold can probably break new highs, guys. All right. So if you're somebody that likes gold, you like it, you can just buy and just hold. Options on monthly, the volatility is very low. I mean, we're not really getting this one directional hold right now. But into 2023 and 2024, I think we can probably see 210, 220 on GLD. Right. So keep an eye on this name, or gold just in general. This is just one chart I'm going over, but keep an eye on gold. I think in the coming months we break out to the upper side. We do have Jerome Powell at 9:30, and let's see what we have. Patience is not hard. The cash that you have in your account is a position that you must manage. It was never hard. I mean, it was never easy to do. It was a hard thing to do because everybody wants to spend money always, right? So protect your cash, wait for the right moments, manage your size, and we'll see you guys back in the premium chat.